What's going on, guys? It is Moldy Fate, and today we're going to talk about what if Izuku was a Hanma part 2. I hope y'all enjoy. If this video gets 5 likes, I'll put the next part up in a week, within the first 24 hours, of course, so I'll see y'all in the video. So after the whole training thing starts to get going, Izuku is just getting hyped because Bakugo's ass is getting beat. He tries using explosions and stuff like that, but Izuku's just too fast as a Hanma. So obviously, he keeps getting hits in and stuff like that until Bakugo has a bright idea. He pulls the pin on his gauntlet and shoots a giant explosion. Izuku knows that he probably won't be able to survive that, so he just dodges it. Bakugo thinks he incinerated Izuku, but Izuku's actually right behind him as he just backhands the shit out of Bakugo. And Bakugo's like, okay, what is going on? Like, you were quirkless. And Izuku's like, yeah, I'm quirkless and I'm still beating your ass. He's trying to taunt Bakugo and make Bakugo angry, and obviously it's working. So Bakugo's fighting style gets more ferocious and more predictable. Eventually, Izuku had a very good idea. He'd want to get Bakugo to pull the pin again, as he realizes he asks Uraraka where she is. She makes a very good estimate of where she could be compared to him. He's like, alrighty, I have an idea. I'm just gonna send this one your way. Be careful. She's like, wait, what are you talking about? As Bakugo's like, okay then, you know what, you think you're good and all. So he tries pulling the pin again, but the second the pin is pulled, Izuku would dash towards Bakugo, then upper kick the gauntlet to shoot up towards the air, and then a giant explosion will be sent Uraraka's way. Uraraka dodges it, but Ida just takes it full on. Then again, he has a giant suit of armor, so I guess it'd work. Anyways, so then the prop bomb could shut up as well, and then Uraraka touches it, and obviously the hero side wins. Now, when they go back to see who would be the MVP, it's still Ida, because Momo would point out in let's just say a very flirtatious way, that bomb, the giant explosion, would have made the bomb explode. So Izuku kind of did something stupid there, and obviously Bakugo was too hemmed up on their rivalry, and Uraraka got caught because she laughed at Ida's villainry thingamabob. I cannot speak today, my bad. Anyway, all the other fights go pretty much the same. There's not a lot that changes, and at the end of the day, instead of Bakugo running at Izuku being like, "Yo, I'm gonna be the number one hero," no. That scene's totally out because Izuku and Momo are gonna go on a date. That's right, I'm shipping these two like I did last time. They can go on another date. It doesn't really affect the story. I just want to point that out for later. Anyone who watched Baki, I think you know where I'm gonna go with this one. But who hasn't watched Baki, yeah, just be prepared. Something's gonna happen. But yeah, if you watch Baki, I think you know. I think you know what I'm gonna go with this. Anyway, so yeah, pretty much the rest of the day's school was pretty much normal. They go to school. Izuku's kind of bored out. He's not really one for studying. He really wants to get back to fighting. And luckily, Izawa comes with the class, and he's like, all right, guys. Today we're going on a very easy hero trip thing. Basically, y'all gonna learn how to become heroes, stuff like that. More specifically, rescue heroes. So everybody just load up on the bus, take your costumes, and just like last time, Izuku's costume is just shorts. That's it. I mean, he gets wristbands and ankle bands too, but it's just a pair of shorts. Anyway, while on the bus, people kind of question how Izuku, even though he's being quirkless, he's really physically strong, and Izuku states that he's just a Hanma, and everybody is kind of confused. Izuku would kind of summarize what he kind of knows about Hanmas, and he states, before quirks were a thing, if you were a Hanma, it's almost like you were a quirk. Let's just say there were quirks before quirks, if you can understand what I mean by that. As everybody was still kind of confused, Izuku would break it down a bit more, as he'd state, okay, look, Hanmas have it's more of a DNA genetical enhancement. It's really hard to explain, but basically they're super duper strong, even without quirks. And when a Hanma does get a quirk, well, as he would think. I'm pretty sure that quirk, that even if that quirk is bad, Hanma would be, oh my, as everybody would be shocked, and people would like think, yo, he's just trying to hype himself up. As Izuku would then state, my dad, Yujiro Hanma, almost beat All Might once. As everybody would be kind of shocked and kind of remember it was broadcasted on the news one day, but they remember Yujiro, but they didn't remember Hanma. The bus stops and arrives to the USJ. All the students get out, but Aizawa would pull Izuku to the side. Your father was Yujiro Hanma, correct? Izuku would nod his head. That's what I said. As Aizawa would then question Izuku. Look, Yujiro Hanma, you know what he's done, right? Izuku would nod his head. Yeah, I know. Aizawa would continue his questions. Look, I just need to know if you have any idea where he might be right now. Izuku would then state, I have not seen that man ever since I was 5, so I don't think I know where he is at the moment. And Aizawa would sigh. Oh well, let's just continue on. As basically everybody goes into the USJ, same stuff happens, villains show up, but something is different. See, Izuku does not get teleported. As then a man with flaming red hair comes out, and like he is cut, he is tall, he is built, and he walks out and he locks eyes with Izuku as he would then pretty much just dash towards him and appear in front of him like a split second, like it was teleportation. Everybody would be shocked as this man would smile and then just open up for a hug. My boy, I see your mother's raised you well. As he would smile, Izuku would look at him. Hey dad. As he would hug him, as then Yujiro would lift up Izuku and hug him as tight as possible, trying to bear hug him. But basically Izuku would flex his back, and then that would be enough for him to get loose enough to get out. As Yujiro would laugh, just like I asked for your mother to. I asked her to raise a boy strong, and well, you're strong enough for me, which means I don't have to kill her. Izuku's expression went from playful to just serious. Even if you wanted to, you couldn't. I wouldn't have let you. As Yujiro would laugh, you're strong, but not stronger than me yet. I'm still waiting for the day where we fight and you beat me. That's all I really want in life. For someone to be stronger than me, and that one person to be my very own blood. Just like my father before, and his father before that. As Izuku would just have more of a blank expression, I don't really care for all that stuff. As Yujiro would laugh, I think you need to take these things serious, boy, after all. As he would then flash before, like, by the side of Izuku would basically 5-star his back, and if you ever gotten 5-star, that fucking hurts. Basically leaving a print of his giant ass hand on Izuku's back. After all, boy, I could kill you any second I want. As Izuku would get fucking slapped towards the other side of the USJ, he eventually like regains consciousness and kicks the window so he can have more of a footing. And then after kicking the window, that force sends him to the ground. Yujiro would appear in front of him. Now, show me what you got, boy. As Izuku would just throw a bunch of punches, kicks, he tries grappling him, but Yujiro would just stand there unfazed. I don't know. You're strong, but something's off. As he would punch Izuku in the gut and send him flying. As Yujiro would walk closer to Izuku, Yujiro would then think, he definitely has the devil's spirit, but not the advanced version of it. Are you telling me he doesn't have a girlfriend? As Yujiro would just yell at Izuku, hey, you have a girlfriend yet? As Izuku would get up, listen, Dad, I don't think it's the time to talk about such things, right? As he would dash towards Yujiro, and Yujiro would just put his hand up to Izuku's face, since, if you have a bigger wingspan, that just happens. Izuku's trying to throw punches, he even, lets go of his hands, gets a punch in, but Yujiro just keeps on, asking, do you have a girlfriend yet or not? Answer me. As he would slam Izuku to the ground, and just pin him there with his own hand. Izuku would say, yes, of course, I have a girlfriend. As Yujiro would ask, where is she? Who is she? I'm not gonna tell you. You're just a fucking weirdo. If I told you, you'd do something to her, like kill her or whatever. As Yujiro would laugh, I'm not a monster like that. No. You see, you're a Hanma, so having a girlfriend's very important. Or just a loved one in general. As Izuku would ask, what does that mean? As Yujiro would just yell, come on, you're a 16-year-old boy. You know exactly what I want you to do with her. As Izuku would state, listen, old man, I'm getting creeped out by this. You should probably stop before I kick your ass. As Yujiro would laugh. You definitely have a Hanma's confidence, I'll give you that. But is it confidence? As he would grab Izuku's legs and throw him into the other side of the USJ again. Or is it arrogance? He'd blitz towards Izuku one more time and grab him by the collar of his shirt. Well, actually, no, never mind. He doesn't even have a shirt. So yeah, he just physically grabs his fucking collarbone. As Yujiro would look at Izuku. Okay, let's count it. I could have killed you at least 5 times. So, it's either you show me what I came here for, or I'm just gonna kill you and kill your mom. You have the Hanma spirit, the devil's spirit. Although you don't seem to have the devil's mind or body yet. Then again, you probably haven't fought someone stronger than you up until this point. Maybe I can, as he'd slam Izuku to the ground one more time, force it in you. As you continue just hitting Izuku with a flourish of punches, you know, he's clearly holding back at this point. All Might shows up. As he would then yell, no need to fear, I am. He starts shaking. Yujiro, Hanma, what are you? Young Izuku, young shit. As Yujiro would look up to you, All Might. So you're the one training my boy. You clearly aren't doing a good job. You teachers are just useless. How come his mother could train him better than you guys? She's not even a fighter. As Yujiro would put his whole foot on Izuku. Now, All Might, let's show Izuku what a real fight between gods look like. As he'd laugh, Izuku would try and kick Yujiro in the balls, but Yujiro just flicks Izuku away. As Izuku would slam into a wall and just look. As he'd yell, boy, watch. This is how a real fight goes. As Yujiro would blitz towards All Might could only block. Yujiro would hit All Might with a flurry of punches, and these are clearly full force. Yujiro is sending All Might flying. You ever go to like a, what was it called? Those arcade machines where you have a ball and you just have to hit it over and over again? Yeah, let's just say he's doing that. He is just sending All Might flying in zigzags in the air. It does not matter. At one point, he even grabs All Might and throws him to the ground. Now, all the events with the students stay the same, so that's why I'm not focusing on them. Well, except for Flop Beam and Netta. But let's just say Kirishima's with them to make it a bit easier. Anyway, everybody's seeing how Yujiro's just beating the shit out of All Might. Even some of the villains are kind of creeped out and thinking, holy shit. Like, this is the guy, we're not following him. We're following a certain other person. As Yujiro would just laugh maniacally and he's just going at All Might. As he would just yell, I thought this might be a bit more fun, but something's off. As Yujiro would lift All Might's costume, he'd see the giant bruise on his liver. I didn't cause that. Who was it, All Might? As he'd choke All Might. It was All for One, he'd say, in a whimpered voice. All for One did this to you. He weakened you. He's ruining my fun. As he continued to choke All Might, I'm gonna have some words with him. I'm gonna make sure he never ruins my fun again. As he'd slam All Might to the ground one more time, and in a pissed off tone, he'd just yell and just jump out of the USJ, through a window and started running. As he'd yell, All for One. You bastard! It's, and everybody's just kind of thrown off. And this is when the other heroes come here and everything gets wrapped up again. Momo goes to Izuku and asks what that was all about. But Izuku would just, simply state a father-son relationship can suck sometimes. As Momo would just hug Izuku, and everything gets pretty much wrapped up. Although, let's just, I'm gonna make one thing clear. So after the whole USJ incident, Momo goes to Izuku's house, and they're just doing boyfriend and girlfriend stuff, hanging out. Eventually, it gets down to nighttime, and they sleep in the same bed, not doing anything. Izuku's kind of nervous, actually. This is the first time he actually had a girlfriend in his entire life, since he never really had time to do that stuff. But then, oh boy, brace yourselves, guys. I'm gonna make this as family friendly as possible. Yujiro walks into Izuku's room, just appears. The door didn't open, the window didn't open, he just appears. As Izuku would get startled, as Yujiro would just wake up both of them. So a girl's in your bed and you tremble in fear. If you keep acting like this, I'm never going to have grandkids. Izuku and Momo would just be kind of confused, as Yujiro would laugh. You know what you want to do, so do it. Do it during breakfast, after and before. Before lunch, during lunch, and after lunch. Before dinner, during dinner, after dinner. Do it until you can't do it no more, and even then, you still must do it. Do it so you can get stronger, and do it so you can beat me. Do it so you can awaken the advanced version of the devil spirit. Do it every day, every night. Do you understand? As he then disappear. As Momo would look at Izuku, and Izuku look at Momo. As Momo would question, Izuku, do you want to do it? And Izuku nods his head, and that's where I'll end this what if. You guys know what happens next if you saw Baki. I really do not want to talk about that scene. For family friendly purposes, let's just say they were cooking in the kitchen and making some blueberry pie with a lot of cream. So yeah, that's where I'm ending our things. Hope y'all enjoyed this part, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.